Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Honorable Konya, for your... I agree 100%. The issue about communication in government is a challenge which not only affects one state department or the other, and it is a challenge which we arrived to because when we, for instance, when we got into the appointed as cabinet secretaries, one of the challenges definitely we got from His Excellency the President is that we need to up our game on communication. But as members, honorable members, realize that communication is, yes, it is important and very critical, but it is also a challenging area in that sometimes you communicate in one way, but given the many channels of communication these days which we have, the message might be distorted in one way or the other, or it might come from the other come out differently. For instance, the issue about the vaccination, despite the good intentions which the government has on vaccination, and there are good reasons, and which I try, as a cabinet secretary and my team tried to make sure that we communicate with the members of the public, and even briefed His Excellency the President, who also helped us to communicate the same. We were very surprised to hear that other things were being said about vaccination, which got out of hand through the other social media and other areas. And it is not about vaccination alone. There are other areas which were coming through, sometimes misinformation. So I agree 100%, Mr. Chair, that and members, that in my new position, I'm more wiser in terms of making sure that I become very careful in terms of communication, making sure that I not only communicate, use all the means possible, but also communicate on time and clearly, and where there are distortions coming through, they are countered on time, because that, I think, is one of the weaknesses, that you let something go and then it gets its own life, and before you know, something has really been distorted. Because, like, you can use the example of vaccination, claiming that the government was vaccinating animals so that because somebody else has told us. I've never met that person who was being claimed as a cabinet secretary. I have never met him. I have never met that organization. I don't know whether there is any vaccination where you can change the genetic makeup of an animal by vaccination. So those are the things which we try to, but I'm not trying to defend vaccination here, but I'm saying those are the things which, when you ignore them, they get a life on their own. So communication is something which is a challenge, and I take the challenge going forward, and I will try, and I promise this committee that I do my best in terms of ensuring there is better communication from the mission, if I'm approved, if there is better communication from the mission in Brasilia. Thank you.
Honorable Ikana.
Chairman, if you allow, mine is also a very brief comment.
Okay, so then Dr. will take both of them, Honorable Ikana's and Honorable Krima.
Okay, thank you. Chairman, my comment is just to really comment the